I want to be like Zuckerberg when I grow up. I don't want anybody to ever miss the point that I don't want to be exclusive to Facebook. I want to be heard in other places, like the U.S. Senate. Zuckerberg wasn't counting on that appearance, was he? Well, anyway, the point of the matter is, listen, I'm not a Republican, and I'm not a Democrat. I'm a social outcast. I'm a rebel. I've always been a rebel with a cause all my life. I've been liberal in my behavior and conservative in the ways I raise my kids and my belief system. So I'm a contradiction. And I also am a political atheist, but what I really call myself is an objectivist. I look at things and I objectify. That's what I do, Some people justify. I don't always have to be the star of the show. I don't always have to be right to win an argument. I don't have to have an argument. But I have them. I just think I'll tell you something. Please pay attention to this because it's only my point of view. This is just for the commoners, for us. See, I'm only on Facebook and YouTube. You don't find me on network television. There's a reason why you don't find me on national television or radio. It's because it's owned by 12 or so people. They do not have anybody who has a conversation or a philosophy like mine on the air. It's a personality pissing contest. They don't want that. They want to have these highly mediocre people. That's not that they're not talented or not good. It's that this is the way we want America to be. We want it to be very vanilla, although there's a little chocolate being added right now. I want you to tell, Neapolitan, remember? That's my favorite ice cream. So you have this little conflict called Republican and Democrat. Now, why do we have this? We have it because you can't get into office if you don't have someone behind you. And you have to have money. You have to have a party behind you. When did this all start? Oh, I don't know. And it doesn't matter when it started. The fact is it doesn't work anymore. Because there's only two guys to choose from, or two women, or two people. That's all we have. You don't have anything else anymore. And and if you had a three-party system, I don't know if that's what we need. Maybe a committee. Maybe putting everybody together. Communists have done that for a long time. Not that I'm a communist, hardly. I think that somewhere along the line, we got to really reevaluate how we live our lives and how it serves us. What am I getting out of this? Let me say this to you. All of the media is controlled by only a dozen people. That means you're only going to get their point of view. You're not going to get anybody else's. If they don't allow it, it ain't on there. They could say they're as liberal as they want to be or as conservative as they want to be. President Trump is not a conservative. This is a liberal guy. A liberal means that you do whatever the hell you want to do and get away with it and do whatever you want to do. That's liberal. I mean, that's what I want. I want complete freedom. That's liberal. That is liberal. That's not conservative. The guy that's conservative in the conservative Republican Party is having a hard time giving us our $2,000, although he has 30 million. Well, why? Because he's conservative. He doesn't want us to go broke as a country. If we take all the money out of the bank, we're not going to have anything left. Then we don't have very much power around the world. I think that's what they're thinking. I'm not even sure. But I'll tell you this. When we start the two things changed. One, we had the law between the Senate and the Congress did this too. The law that there was not going to be equal time on the air, meaning the only place you're going to run for office is the media. And you can't get on the media if you don't have power or money, or you have a party backing you up. A poor guy or woman never has a chance, let alone an ethnic person, although we have had a couple of people who have sneaked under the line, but they got into politics and they got successful because of a party. You got to have this party. I don't know why they even call it a party. I hate that word. But, we got these two organizations that control everything. And that's got to stop somewhere. It just does. I mean, the Senate took the equal time away. Here's how it stops. If everybody has a commercial on the air, it's by the FCC rules. If you buy a spot, the person who's running for office opposite you or who wants to be something has to have equal time. You got to give them equal time. The other thing they did was the stations used to be only 5 were allowed by AM radio ownership, and there were only leases for a few years, and then there's 7 were allowed television. And I think it was 5, maybe 5 radio and 5 television, AM and FM, something like that. Anyway, they jimmied it around, so now you got 2 companies that are bankrupt and own 1,600 stations they own. How are you going to run 1,600 stations without firing people when you want to make the stockholders happy? Which is exactly what the problem is in my world. In my world, I'm not a stockholder. I don't have a portfolio. I don't have an investment in other people doing work. I do the work. I'm the one that has to rely on someone to get paid. If I don't work, I don't get paid. And if I don't get paid, I don't have investments. I don't go to Wall Street and watch the market. Although I believe in the market, I believe in the freedom of it. I think it's a nice expression, but it's not the whole picture. The whole picture is that I need to work. When I was a kid, my mother and father, when I says I need some money, my father said, go get a job. That's all. He didn't say go look at your portfolio or wait until your uncle dies. He said go get a job. So that changed. Now people are relying on other countries making our products, and then we profit from it as investors or as people who have inherited something. So that's all good. All of this is fine, but it's overdone. So, you know, somewhere along the line, you got to even it out. Every congressman and senator has exactly what we all want: a lifetime job with a pension and good medical plan without having to pay for it. That's what we all want. Hello? They gave themselves what we want. Now we have to give them what we want, which is that plan. That's what's got to happen. Now, am I stupid? The answer is no, I'm not. But am I opinionated? Yes. And do I have arguments about it? Yes. Why? Because people don't agree with that. And they think Trump did all of these things like prison reform. I had to talk with somebody today. I said, he didn't do prison reform. Although he let all of his friends out of there. You know, that's how he did prison reform. And he didn't do peace in the Middle East. I mean, that happened when we got bin Laden, perhaps. I don't know. These guys think they take credit for everything. I said, listen, the guy didn't wear a mask and half the country died. That's what happened here. Come on. Wake up. Come on a little bit. Don't give credit where it's not due, and please get in line and start thinking for yourself, because you know your mommy and daddy are not going to take care of you right now. Uncle Sam is not your uncle. He ain't leaving you nothing. You're lucky you get that $2,000. I think the way I look at it is they're $1,600 short on what they owe me now. No, what is it? $1,400 short. I can't even add. See. Oh man, but see, I'm a guy that should be talking this way on the air. Now, why am I not talking this way on the air? Because they're not going to let me talk this way. Why? Because I guess what they do, which is to control everybody. They want to put you right here. That's why they put all these black people on the commercials, because they got guilty. They felt guilty, which is the wrong reason to do it. The reason you should do it is because there are talented people and color doesn't matter. That's the real reason. But you know, people are playing into the money, always the money. You know, the America's strong. Let's make America great again. It don't mean make America great again. I mean make America rich again. That's what you mean. I mean, people are just full of crap with all of this stuff. But you can't be as passionate as I am, you know, or you get killed. I don't want to join the obituaries, which I saw on NBC News last night. The people who are celebrated who have died, that list was longer than the newscast last night. I was watching this again, and I said, whoa, where's the news? You know, it was a half hour of dead people. And then there's that other expression, you know, that black community used to say dead, what was it? Dead presidents. We better not call that anymore. Anyway, that's it. Think about it, chew on it, tell me what you think. And remember that Facebook has been where you get me. And on the late Joey Reynolds, and also on YouTube. Let a smile be your umbrella, but don't get a mouthful of rain. I never wrote a telltale book because I think everybody has their own life to lead, and we all got problems, and everybody's done something wrong at one time or another in their life, or are about to do it. So, you know, the graciousness, kindness. This is the year of 2021. So what we need to do now is to wish everybody a happy new year. We want to be able to be near each other again. Happy New Year.